For more on this, Ricardo Baretzky is the head of CyberPol. Ricardo, thank you very much for your time here on our program today. Theresa May said things need to change in the way that we tackle extremism and terrorism. What do you make of May's call to get rid of safe spaces in particular on the internet? What will that entail exactly?
I think that is really exactly precisely the problem, as she pointed out. The internet plays a huge role in connecting this extremist behavior and the terrorist groups around the world. And we have said this time and again, that internet needs to be stepped up. The security is not such a problem on the internet. It's the content on the internet that's becoming a problem. And it's definitely the major link between terror plots and terror organizations around the world. There's, at this moment, a strong need to reform the way we look at and the laws within the internet and the way the terrorist is using the internet.
So how do we imagine that internet companies are likely to react to this? Are they going to be pressured to oblige to any protocols that the government put in place? And especially, of course, those offering encrypted messaging services like WhatsApp.
Actually, well, there's two issues. There's the issue of free tools, correctly said, encrypted messaging, encrypted communication. Look, the reality is these tools should not be available for terrorists to use. Then there's the issue of information. The corporations has two parts. The one part is accountability for not sharing information, and the second part is hosting information on the web services that needs accountability. The question we should ask is, well, the terrorist organizations is accountable. Why are we not keeping accountable also the content? There should be an absolute policy in place that any information related to terror organizations is not distributed on the World Wide Web and with immediate effect shut down. We have called this in the past, but the reality is that unfortunately the ears is not listening, and a lot of those warning signs have been dropping on deaf ears in the last 4 years. An urgent reform needs to be taken place to realize that the internet needs cleaning up.
It's a fine line here, though. I mean, are increased surveillance and censorship lawful? Is it actually viable here? Could the government actually breach its hand in monitoring things that are going on the internet?
Well, actually, look at the logic of this. When content is extremist behavior and a person on the web, shouldn't the provider alert at least the authorities of such content being posted and who has posted it? The second point is, should such content then be allowed, which is psychologically harmful to the people? The reality is here, anything that is affecting the well-being of a human being, the psychological effect is a kind of warfare. And such material should not exist on the internet.
Okay, we'll leave it there for the time being. Ricardo, thank you very much for your time this evening. Ricardo Baretzky there from CyberPol.